Tell me why you're here.
Maybe now's not a good time.
No, just do it.
Are you gonna look at me?
I doubt it. Not yet, just talk.
All right, Torvald. Here's what it is. When I left you 15 years ago, you remember that night? I told you were free. You were under no obligation to me. I gave you my ring and you gave me yours, and we agreed. We made an agreement that the marriage would be done and you would divorce me, and that would be that. 15 years passed, and I've been under the impression all this time that we were divorced, until I found out a few weeks ago that you never filed it. Is that true? Did you never divorce me? Why?
Did I want you to leave?
No.
I didn't want to divorce you. You wanted that.
Okay. Can we agree now that you'll do what you need to do to make the divorce official?
And why would I do that?
You know it's not right to hold me to something I don't want to be held to. Are you really, after all this time, going to stand in the way of me getting a divorce? Why? It costs you nothing to do it.
You're assuming it cost me nothing.
What does it cost you? Okay, then I'll tell you what it costs me. Because you won't divorce me, because you're holding me in this marriage that's not a marriage, you've made me into a criminal.
A criminal?
Yes.
How?
I've behaved as an unmarried woman. I've conducted business that married women are not allowed to conduct without the consent of their husbands. Signed contracts that are now void. I could be prosecuted and put in prison. Believe me, there are people who would see me prosecuted, who would have me dragged through the mud.
You're that unpopular?
This doesn't just apply to me, Torvald. This affects you. If you ever wanted to get married again. Haven't you ever wanted that?
No.
Not even the possibility?
No, Nora. I haven't. You sort of killed that for me.
Well, just so you know, there have been other men after you. Several. I've had lovers. I've had a life. I did what I did thinking that you were no longer my husband. And now, because you failed to take the action that you said you would, now I'm in danger of having that life taken away from me.
You left. You left me. You walked out this door and you left me. You left me and then you left the kids. And when I think back on what happened, I think to myself, I have one big regret. I wish I left you. I should have left you long before you left me. I should have. And when I think about all those moments where I should have left, there are so many.
Are there?
Every time you chastise me for being too serious or for worrying too much about the small things, never taking seriously the things that I cared about. Every time you asked me for money, by first telling me that you love me, instead by telling me that you love me, will want to make me give you the money. That was very manipulative, by the way. And you saw how uncomfortable the favors you were asking made me. But you pushed and you pushed and you kept saying things to make me feel like I was being a wimp or weak. And every time you talked down to me...
You were the one who talked down to me.
And every time you flirt with other men.
I never.
And yes, and every time you made fun of me in front of other men. And every time you rolled your eyes at me.
You did that to me too,
and then
all the time.
When you told me that I was kind, but I wasn't kind enough to make you want to be with me. And the moment when you told me that your own needs were more important than your own kids who needed you, who missed you, who wanted you. And the moment when you told me you didn't love me anymore, that was maybe a moment before you walked out of here. But I wish I didn't take it like I took it.
All right, Torvald. I see that you see me as some kind of monster. You have to make yourself into the victim, the blameless, the right, the better one of the two, that's you. That's how you are. You have to be right and superior. This thing that you do, this thing that men do, standing in front of women, looking down on them, telling them how the world works, educating them, me, about how things should be, as if you're some kind of expert.
And what would happen if we met? If we didn't? I wonder sometimes about this. Yeah, I won't disagree. It happens. We do this, okay? But I wonder if women don't ask that men behave in the way we behave in some ways.
Really.
If we didn't project some sort of confidence, an assurance in what we know or we think we know, would women even be attracted to men?
Confidence is different
To
from...
stand up straight and lead.
That's different than talking down to me.
How? Explain the difference.